All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin. All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. We are back again with another live stream, bringing you the latest in Chelsea transfer news, Chelsea discussion, Chelsea everything, just for you guys. Look at the background. I'm at a different setting. I'm actually away on the weekend. So I'm going to be here for the next 3 nights. So obviously Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, and then Monday night you'll see me back in my original place, my home. So I'm on a holiday, but the football never stops. The news never stops. And this background, wait till I show you guys the vlog that I'm going to do later on. I'll once I'm done with the whole holiday, the vlog that I'm going to put out there. But follow me on Instagram. I'll throw in some pictures. I'll throw in some videos. See that over there? See the glass area over there? That's obviously the sort of front. Yeah, you could call it the front yard, even though we come through there. That's the entrance, but that's pretty much the front of the. Well, not really the front. That's actually the backyard. But literally, when you go outside those glass doors, there's the beach. Like right in front of my that glass door is the beach over there. Straight as soon as you get off the front door, there's a nice little patio, and then there's the beach. Wait till I show you guys that particular scene. It is unbelievable. I'm thinking about doing some live stream just out there. You'll see the ocean in the background, and it's going to be amazing. But we'll see. We'll see if I do that down the track. But hope you guys are doing well, ladies and gentlemen. Big news, big transfer news to talk to you guys about. Romelu Lukaku potentially going to Roma, and Andrey Santos. I told you guys, Andrey Santos. Even though he's been part of the squad, but he's not been featuring lately. So I just had the feeling that maybe we are looking to get rid of him on a loan. Obviously not on a permanent. It is a shame. So we're going to talk about that. I really wanted to keep Andrey Santos around and potentially just build him up at Chelsea Football Club. But looks like Chelsea's got other plans. Obviously, we've brought in a lot of new midfielders, and that's probably the reason why we're looking to push him away, making sure that we give him enough game time. And that's the thing. Hopefully Nottingham Forest, ladies and gentlemen, gives him a lot of time. News on Toney as well. We'll go through everything. I'm just going to chill back. I'm on a holiday mode, so I'm going to try and have a longer live stream with you guys. So we're going to cover everything. We're going to talk about that referee corruption that Mike Dean has come out, talked about how the Cucurella pull, if you guys all remember, the hair pull from last season, how Anthony Taylor did not even notice that. And Mike Dean apparently did notice that, but didn't want to bring Anthony Taylor over. Like, I find that quite ridiculous. And that's straight up corruption. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about, Shubra, absolutely right. What a setup. Wait till you see some of the pictures I drop later on. Follow me on Instagram. My Instagram tag is just there in the bottom at tosotc.cfc. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. I'll keep you guys all updated over there. But yeah, we'll talk about the academy news as well. Apparently, some people in the academy are not happy with how Chelsea are looking to move on with some of these academy products. So we'll talk about that. Many things. Colomwani potentially going to PSG. We're going to talk about a few of the other strikers as well making a move. So, I mean, who are we going to get? Are we going to get a particular player, attacking player? Are we going to get a striker? All sorts of conversations will happen. But before we do everything, ladies and gentlemen, need your help. Now that the transfer news is slowly sort of simmering down and then, we're coming to the end of it, we still need to keep pumping the channel through. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, need all your help. Well over 200 people live right now. First of all, smash the like button. Your likes are so crucial to the growth of this channel. So make sure you smash the like button. And if you're here for the first time, make sure you subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get to that 28,000. It seems like we kind of stalled a little bit. We're in 28,973 or something like that. Sorry, 27,000. So let's get to that 28 immediately, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not stall around. Let's keep buzzing. We've had a fantastic transfer, season. Let's keep buzzing and carry that on for the rest of the season. And let's have a fantastic growth on this channel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, first up, and I'm going to take a lot of your comments very, very soon. Big up Miz, big up Chelsea family. The problem Chelsea is having now from the coach, he lacks trust, especially from those boys he used during preseason training, and this big problem now. I don't get it though. I don't understand why there is a problem. Like, these players have shown that they've done well. I don't get why all of a sudden we are deviating away from that. It just doesn't make sense. It's almost as if to say the preseason didn't matter. Like, it did matter. It showed that some of these players are capable of playing in the highest level. We didn't play with all Mickey Mouse teams, like besides Wrexham, we played against Newcastle, we played against Brighton, and that Brighton game was full of energy and intensity. We played against Dortmund. So I'm not sure why we are deviating away completely. All right, first up, ladies and gentlemen, Chelsea have decided to let Romelu Lukaku exit on temporary basis if no sale agreed. Chelsea and 30 years old's reps working all summer for permanent, but now open to loan plus obligation or straight loan plus meaningful fee. Interest from Juve, Roma, and SPL. Is that Saudi Pro League? Yeah, that's Saudi Pro League. So, look, this is what David Ornstein is saying. So there definitely is some truth behind it. And then now we're also hearing, ladies and gentlemen, according to Di Marzio, Roma would be prepared to pay 100% of Romelu Lukaku's wages if he was to join on loan. Now, look, I don't know, man. This Di Marzio, sometimes I've seen lately, he's a bit of a hit and miss. Sometimes he gets things right, sometimes he doesn't. Obviously, when he broke the news about Inter Milan trying to pursue Romelu Lukaku, trying to call him, and Romelu Lukaku not picking up the phone, he got all of that right. But then recently he said that maybe Pochettino could be looking to speak to Romelu Lukaku to bring him back into the team. All of that rumors was sort of floating around. In the press conference, I think Nizar Kinsella asked Maurizio Pochettino, would you take back Romelu Lukaku? And Maurizio Pochettino kind of danced around that particular question. So saying that, look, Klopp, lied in the sense that, we're not going to spend 100 million, but at the end of the day they put in an offer of 100 million for Caicedo. So Di Marzio was talking about the links, well, not links, he's our player, but Di Marzio was talking about how perhaps Romelu Lukaku could stay at Chelsea. And now all of a sudden today David Ornstein dropping a bombshell saying that Roma, he's made it categorically clear that Romelu Lukaku don't want to stick around at Chelsea Football Club. So, yeah, Di Marzio, I'm not really sure. But if this is true, ladies and gentlemen, that according to according to Di Marzio, Roma would be prepared to pay 100% of Romelu Lukaku's wages. Wow, that would be sensational. That would be unbelievable if that's the case. If that actually ends up happening, that we get to send away Lukaku on a loan. We'll see if Roma buys him or not. I don't think Roma has the money to buy him. But even if they can take him on a loan and pay all his wages, we'll look to sell him next season. I know the whole drama is going to happen again, but we'll look to sell him again. And look, for me, at least we save on wages. It has to be. If he does go on a loan, it has to be that the team that is taking him away for a loan 100% pays his wages completely. So let's see what happens there. Let's take some of your comments now. Why is everyone complaining about Andrey loan? Andrey needs the loan. He hasn't had the experience at the highest level and needs play time. We have Leslie, Gallagher, Caicedo, Enzo, and Lavia. We'll talk about Andrey very soon. We'll talk about Romelu Lukaku now. Look, I'm one of those ones who's potentially complaining because I wanted Andrey Santos to stick around at Chelsea Football Club and get his experience here. But looks like we're going to keep Gallagher. I would have sold Gallagher by now. Honestly, I would have sold Gallagher. I think someone like Andrey Santos gives us a lot more benefits. But we'll talk about that down the track. Faisal, strategy of the owner is bad. No big clubs have 6 of the same age in positions. Only 1 or 2 next older players. They're hoarding youngsters and seeing what will stick. Santos already started for Brazil. Yeah, look, I don't know. I don't want to sit here and complain too much about what the strategy is. For me personally, I like the squad. Yes, we do need to add a few more players now. Well, probably not a few more, just one more creative player. I don't want to go out there and just keep purchasing. We're in this predicament right now is because of the injuries. If Nkunku never got injured, we wouldn't be in this predicament. We would not be buying any more players, right? Then on top of that, when we put in Chukwuemeka and he started to look good, now he's injured as well. So 2 of our 10s are injured, and it looks like we don't really want to, put Ian Martson there. For some reason, we're not feeling comfortable for him to play that position. Now the 10s are Enzo Fernandez and Gallagher. So I don't know. For me, look, I don't think the strategy has been too bad. Yeah, we've been hoarding a lot of youngsters, but some of these youngsters are for business purpose as well. It's to make money out of them, to make profit out of them. And some of these youngsters, look, we've all complained, right, that we don't want to go to clubs like Brighton. We don't want to go to clubs like Inter Milan and buy their talents, especially Brighton, right? We've been going to their football club on a regular basis, like it's our home. Do you know what I mean? Like we want to just keep going there and sleep there and whatnot. We said as a fan base, we don't want to do that. So the only way to stop doing that is purchasing your youngsters and developing them. Now, my issue is we're not even looking to develop them. Like we had Cassidy and we've sent him to Leicester. We've got Santos and now we're looking to send him to Nottingham Forest. So, are we going to develop our own youngsters or what? So that's my issue at the moment. But I don't think the strategy is all whack, in my opinion. Miz, I don't understand what is happening. What happened against West Ham shows we lack in experience. Next thing we know, we are targeting another 19-year-old Bacola or 20-year-old Balogun. Look, let's play this out. Let's play out the West Ham situation, right? First half. Do you really think it was the experience that really knocked us out in the first half? We let in a goal. You just think about the goals, right? We let in a goal where no one was marking, Agard. No one was marking him. That's defensive structure. That's where, someone like Pochettino needs to send out the message to the playing group that this is how you're going to have to defend set pieces, so on and so forth. Who's in charge, who organizes the structure in set pieces, because that was a bit mad. Looks like there was no communication. Gallagher had no understanding as to what was going on in and around him, right? Then we were on top. After they scored, we were on top. And even before they scored, they weren't really, I don't think West Ham were ever in the game. It's just they played the kind of football that gets you a win. Do you know what I mean? Like they just held back, looked for the counter-attacking opportunities, and we made mistakes. And they scored. But before the mistakes, first half, we had ample chances. Nicholas Jackson had a brilliant chance to score. We had the penalty from Enzo Fernandez. We couldn't score. Chukwuemeka obviously scored. So there's 3. We should have been 3-1 up at first half. Easy. Once it's 3-1, it's a different game in the second half. West Ham now have to come out, got to make something out of it at home, and then we can pick them off. Because it was 1-1, and then we fell asleep with Axel Desassi. And then it went all into pear shape. So I don't really necessarily think it's the experience that's hurting us. We got to put away our chances. That's my personal opinion on the situation. I can't lie, we shouldn't have gone for Lavia. We already have Andre and Cassidy on top of Ugo to play behind Caicedo and Endo. Honestly, do you know what? I would not have gone after the owners or the board if we didn't get Lavia. Like, for me, it was more important to get Caicedo. Lavia is just a cherry on top, right? If we didn't get Lavia, I would have been all cool with it if we just gave someone like Santos or a Cassidy an opportunity. So to a certain degree, I kind of agree with that. Ugochukwu, honestly, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know too much about this Ugochukwu brother. We'll see. A lot of people have been saying that he's done well. So if he sticks around, no problems. Let's build him up. Let's build him up for the future. Milo, good to see you, my man. But let's be honest, some of the chances we've got this season, Callum Wilson would bury those. That's where the experience come. Antonio gets one chance and he slots it. Our players don't like taking shots. That is a good point. Yes, yeah. And now we'll see. We'll see whether we get a experienced head or not up front, or we're going to get a creative type of a player. But we want it, like, as a fan base, we want to give Nicholas Jackson an opportunity, right? Like, this is what we've asked for. We were all, we didn't know anything about Nicholas Jackson, but when Nicholas Jackson came in and performed the way he performed in the preseason, we all wanted Nicholas Jackson to keep playing for us, right? So I'm not trying to deviate and I'm not trying to be a flip-flop now. I want to give Nicholas Jackson an opportunity. So far, against Liverpool, he did everything perfectly besides scoring. And then in West Ham, I don't think his performance was that good at all. And then he missed those chances too. So got to give the chances, got to give the opportunity to Nicholas Jackson, because I feel like the package is there. The package of Nicholas Jackson is there. We just got to hope that he puts the goals in. Let's see what happens, man. I don't think it's all madness. But Matisse has been recently talking about Taremi. Taremi is someone I wouldn't mind having in our team as a backup, if I'm being absolutely honest. Someone like Taremi is experienced at the highest level, but I feel like our owners probably might get put off by the 31 years old age factor with Taremi. FHG, good to see you, my man. I know we don't get along all the time, but I've always got the respect for you. I think you've always been generally you've been respectful. Sometimes the live chat gets a little bit annoyed with you. Sometimes I get annoyed with you as well, but look, it is what it is, because you come up with some extreme comments. But this is what FHG has to say. Miz, 800 million spent and we haven't solved our main issue, the striker position, and won't. Ms. Jackson performed in preseason. I want a goal scorer, not a forward. Okay, look, we've gone through the avenue as well, right? FHT, like we've gone and purchased Lukaku. Yeah, we've done the business with Morata previously. Like, it's not like we've not tried that angle before. It's unfortunate that we've not found anyone as good as Drogba and Diego Costa level for a very long time. I don't know why. And I don't think it's purely because of the striker. I don't think we've given service as well. Some of our players, even during Lukaku time, I said it so many times, players like Mount, players like Pulisic, players like Kovacic, players like Jorginho, they didn't find Lukaku quick enough, often enough. Look at the way KDB, look at the way Foden, they're always seeking out Haaland. Their focus is assist. But it wasn't the same case when Romelu Lukaku was around. And then obviously he self-destructed on us. So look, I'm happy to try a different avenue now. I really am. I'm extremely happy to try a different avenue. We as a fan base, we just got to give these people a bit of an opportunity. But I get it. Even I get so upset when we don't get the points. Like, that West Ham match really got me so affected for the whole week. To the point that I can't wait till we play Luton and hopefully we get the victory. And from there we go on a bit of a winning run. I understand it. I get your point, people. Asking for a high calibrated striker who's going to put the goals in. But believe me, it's not just about the striker. It's all these other players, the system. Look at Brighton. A perfect example. Look at the way Brighton play, ladies and gentlemen. Do they have now you can say, okay, João Pedro, but Brighton rely upon their system. Brighton don't rely on the individuals. Solly Marsh, for example. How many people talk about Solly Marsh? Solly Marsh is someone who's banging in goals left, right, and center for Brighton on a regular basis. Mitoma, Danny Welbeck's chipping in with goals as well. It's the system, We have to have a good system that creates opportunities after opportunities after opportunities, not 1 or 2 opportunities per game. Nicholas Jackson should be able to have 5, 6, 7 opportunities per game. Then only he's going to be able to put 1, 2, 3 away. If we give 1 opportunity to Nicholas Jackson, that's not good enough. And that's just Brighton. There are other clubs. Even Brentford, man. Brentford play good football. Look at Mwemo. Do you know what I mean? Like, we need to start putting more questions on Pochettino. We need to start, demanding from Pochettino that you got to put in a system that creates plethora of chances, but at the same time, solid at the back. Solid. Do you know what I mean? Like, we want to have a full package football structure, system. So that's what we got to demand, man. Because I kid you not, we've got the people. I swear to you. I mean, we as a fan base, we need to be embarrassed. After spending all of this money, I know it hurts. Even it hurts me. After spending 800 million and we still got Ben Chilwell as the left wing. It is embarrassing. So sometime there has to be a situation where we got to stop purchasing and purchasing and purchasing, and we're looking to purchase even more. Ivan Toney in January. There's news about Ivan Toney that we'll get to down the track. We have to start relying on a system. Miz, my opinion, we need to experience a young, versatile player who can play on both wings and up front, also as a false nine. Chiesa ticks all of those boxes. What do you think? He's 25, by the way. Look, I would love Chiesa, but brother, what's your plan in regards to Mudryk? What's your plan in regards to Mudryk? What's your plan in regards to Sterling? What's your plan in regards to, don't forget, Nkunku will come back. Nkunku's not dead. Like, he will come back. So what's your plans about all of these players? There has to be a plan. The plan cannot be, let's go to the market and just buy. Keep buying, keep buying, keep buying. 8-year contracts, 8-year contracts, 8-year contracts. It's going to ruin the football club. It's going to ruin the football club. Sooner or later, we need to sit down and think about what are we actually doing. Also, for Fever, thank you so much for the super chat. Will you shut your channel down if you lose to Luton today? Do you know what, Arsenal Fever? I'm not sure about shutting down the channel, but I'm gonna have to be in a hiding. Like, I'm gonna have to wear a balaclava or something like that, and it's going to be embarrassing. We have to win. We have to win. There is no two ways about it. There are absolutely no two ways about it. If we don't win, I don't want to think about it, but it's going to be chaos. It's going to be hell. As simple as. But yeah, moving back to these Lukaku news, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully we find a solution very soon. This brother is a thorn in our backside, and hope that he moves on. Roma, Juventus. This brother don't even know where he wants to go. He's so confused in his head. Inter Milan, he's in love with Inter Milan. And then he betrayed Inter Milan. He stopped picking up their phone calls. Then he pursued Juventus, and then the Juventus fans went off at him. Then I don't know what happened. Maybe Juventus stopped, dealing with Lukaku. Now Roma. Bottom line, he wants to be in Italy somewhere. I know recently I've seen that Jose Mourinho apparently has some interest in Romelu Lukaku as well. He wants someone like Lukaku, and Roma could potentially be going for Serie A this season. I think that probably is their aspiration, making sure that they can challenge for the Serie A and obviously make it to the Champions League. I think they missed out on the Champions League, right? I think they might be in Europa again. So, or maybe in conference. I'm not really sure. One of those two. I hope this happens, even on a loan to Saudi, whatever. Wherever you're going, make sure you get 100% of your wages being paid by someone else. Because, yeah, we're not paying. We're not paying for that. And then I know we'll have to do the same tango again next season, but we'll see. We'll see what happens here. For the time being, Romelu Lukaku, you need to go. Milo K is saying, against West Ham, we didn't have players attacking the box. That's been the last season problems. If you want goals, get more people in the box when we are attacking. Even the CF drops from the box. So true. So true. And this is where I am keen to see what happens against Luton. We have to rush the box. We have to. And I think this is why I kind of understand why Pochettino has been using Ben Chilwell as a left wing, because Ben Chilwell acts like he's a striker. He's the one who gets into the box. He gives width, allows the wingers to get into the box. We need our midfielders to also crash in. Maybe not Caicedo, he stays back, but Enzo needs to be in and around in that midfield looking for a shot outside. We saw Enzo Fernandez score that goal against Mexico in the World Cup. So he's got it in him. He's got it in his locker. It can't just be Nicholas Jackson up front. It's got to be at least... Look at the way Liverpool rush the box. Look at the way the amount of runners Liverpool have in the box. Salah goes in. Diaz goes in. Do you know what I mean? Jota goes in. Then you've got Szoboszlai. Then you've got, McAllister. Like, everyone's rushing in. We need to rush into the box and put more numbers there. So we'll see what happens there. Bobby Smoky Signals, thank you so much for the super chat, my man. Chelsea's spend is not stupid despite the narrative. I don't think it's stupid. I really don't think it's stupid. All right. Now, let's move on to the next bit of news, ladies and gentlemen. As we saw, it was all dropping yesterday. Andrey Santos. Let's talk about Andrey Santos. I'm not entirely happy about this, but at the same time, if we can't give him minutes, well, we need to find a situation, right? Solution for Andrey Santos. Andrey Santos prepared to undergo a medical test as new Nottingham Forest player on loan from Chelsea. Move approved also on player side. Chelsea believe this is the best option for Andrey to be regular starter and then return in June. Yeah, Liverpool is just immense. Ms. Enzo also made a run in the box against Liverpool. Yeah, absolutely. And he's going to have to keep doing that. We'll definitely get injured if we rush the box. Injuries, we are cursed. We are absolutely cursed. And then we've got news over here. Nottingham Forest agreed loan deal to sign Andrey Santos. Here we go. He's joining until June from Chelsea. Set to be completed. Medical test to be scheduled soon. As called by the Times, no option to buy clause as his key part of Chelsea future. Good to see that he is key part of Chelsea future, and it needs to be. Look, when I saw this here we go earlier on today, I was a little bit annoyed. I was like, this is a player that, I wish we'd taken our time and develop him in-house. He's shown very good quality in the preseason. You look at someone like Caicedo, for instance. About 1.5 years ago, no one knew anything about Caicedo from Independiente. 1.5 seasons later, Caicedo is going for 115 million. What's to say that Andrey Santos couldn't potentially become a player like that? But we will never know if we don't give an opportunity. Now, okay, fine, he's going to Nottingham Forest. I hope he starts on a regular basis. I don't want Andrey Santos to go to Nottingham Forest and warm their bench as well. Yeah, look at David Datra Fofana, for instance, for Union Berlin. He's playing every single match. He's starting. I need, and I'm sure Cassidy is probably going to have the same situation at Leicester. He scored the winner last weekend. You best believe Cesare Cassidy is going to start on a regular basis. I hope Santos, obviously now the move to Nottingham Forest is confirmed, that he starts. 100% starts. I think he'll be a fantastic addition for Nottingham Forest. It will allow Nottingham Forest to play possession-based football. Build up from the back. He'll probably be the deepest midfielder, allowing them to play out from the back. Do you know what I mean? So Nottingham Forest watch-alongs, 100%. Now I'm there. We will be there, Nottingham Forest, as long as he starts. Now, the thing with Nottingham Forest is we are looking for a creative type of a winger, right? I know there's a whole heap of conversation that, this player's not linked with Brennan Johnson. We're not going to be getting Brennan Johnson. This is a separate situation. I think the player we're going to get is probably Brennan Johnson. That's just my personal hunch. I don't know whether it's going to be true or not. We'll see what happens. My personal hunch is that it's probably going to be Brennan Johnson. I know there's been talks about Bradley Bacola, but I don't really think we're going to go in. Pochettino recently said in the press conference he would like to have Premier League experience so that players can just come in and seamlessly, fit in. So, and we're looking to potentially even send Callum Hudson-Odoi to Nottingham Forest as well. Nottingham Forest interested in Callum Hudson-Odoi, so watch this space. there could be something there. Shubra saying it will be Shirky. Let me know why. Is there any news on Shirky? Let me know. Shubra, Caicedo got constant minutes for last 1.5 years and can't give that to Santos right now. That's why Santos has to start. Don't be Gilmore 2.0. Yeah, no, understandable. I would have liked him to stay and get minutes at Chelsea, but I know we're stacked now. We've got Caicedo. We've got Lavia. Now there's Ugochukwu as well. And Ugochukwu probably will stick around. So I get it. I completely understand he's got to go. But I didn't want that. I wish we developed him ourselves. Elvis, Ms. Calm down. Even Caicedo went on loan from Brighton to be shot. Did he? Is that true? Can someone tell me if this is true? Did Caicedo actually go from Brighton to be shot on loan? I don't even know what that team is. FHT Miss, why did we spend 50 million on Lavia when Santos could be better than him in 1 year? Another poor decision, poor recruitment of staff, injuries and players, poor mentality. To be honest, I wasn't like supremely chasing after the Lavia thing. Like I thought Lavia was going to Liverpool. So I can understand this, but maybe Chelsea, Joe Shields played a big part in this particular transfer for Lavia. And potentially we are setting ourselves up for the future. When you think about that midfield, Enzo, Lavia, and Caicedo, that trio will start. Once Lavia is up and ready, once Lavia is fully fit, that trio will be the midfield. And when you think about that trio, that midfield, it does sound exciting. Probably up there, like obviously Real Madrid midfield with Bellingham, with Tchouaméni, with Camavinga, Mudryk is still there. Do you know what I mean? Cruz, that still is number one midfield in world football, no doubts. But Santos, Enzo, Caicedo, that could potentially be something phenomenal in the future. So Chelsea's looking long, and I get it. No problems, look long, but you got to look for the present as well, like, or else the present will disappear and there will be nothing in the long run. I get it, but Lavia is not a bad player. Lavia is not a bad player. Like we've done a madness. See, I would have probably not got Lavia and would have gone with someone like Santos. But at the same time, getting Lavia doesn't mean that I'm owners out and I'm bored out and this, that, the other. No, it's not that. It's not like that. Do you know what I mean? This is what drives me mad, Miz. We are quick to pay whatever for young players who are balling out at other clubs, but we are reluctant to allow them to grow at ours. That's the thing, man. I mean, I guess this is the difference between a club like us who needs to compete for titles. Do you know what I mean? We're not like the Brightons. And I know Brighton's operating in a phenomenal way. I get that. But Brighton are consistently losing players every season. This season, they lost McAllister, Caicedo, right? Next season, they'll lose Mitoma and many more. So we're not that kind of a football club that's going to be losing our key players down the track. Like, it's two different philosophy. Brighton's not looking to win the Premier League. We have an aspiration to win the Premier League. So whether we are doing a good job and Brighton probably looks more closer to winning a Premier League than us, I get that. But it's two different philosophies from both clubs. And this is why I understand that sometimes we don't take the time to build our own young players. That's why we go out there and buy players from elsewhere. But I wish we changed that mindset a little bit. But to change that mindset a little bit, our squad has got to get to a level. We are not at a particular level as yet. We got talent, but we're not. Our playing style is not at a particular level as yet, like your Cities, like your Liverpools, even Brighton, as I said. So we got to get our playing style to a level before we can start, holding some of our talent and building them up by ourselves, like the Man Cities did with Phil Foden, like what they're doing with Cole Palmer as well. So Rico Lewis. So it would be good to see us do that. Levi Colwell now, we looking to give him a whole heap of opportunity. Obviously, we got Levi Colwell off the back of him having a very good season once again with Brighton. But let's see what happens down the track. Roman Abramovich, let's win today. Come on, you Blues. Let's absolutely win today. All right, let's now check out some of the other crazy news that's been going around, ladies and gentlemen. More on Flo Balogun. So, Folarin. Let's see, Flo. What the? Why are people calling him Flo? It's not Florian. I fell for that trick. It's Folarin. It's Folarin. So that's the name. Anyway, Balogun, ladies and gentlemen, is going to Monaco. Player has already said yes to Monaco project and also agreed personal terms days ago. Deal being finalized between clubs. Arsenal insisting on final payment terms. Details, then it will be done. So don't worry about Balogun anymore. Not happening to Chelsea Football Club. We can forget about that. Even though I wouldn't have, I think Balogun's a good player. I think potentially could be a really, really explosive player. I thought the competition with him and Jackson would have been really exciting to watch. But that money, the 50 million price tag that was stuck for us, that's something I didn't like one bit. Obviously, looks like Monaco is going to get him for a little bit cheaper, somewhere around 45 million euros. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, another name that we've been sort of somewhere along the way we've been linked with. Paris Saint-Germain and Eintracht are optimistic on reaching an agreement on Randall Kolo Muani. Talks continues as Eintracht Frankfurt are looking for replacement, and Hugo Ekitike still discussed as option between the clubs. So obviously Ekitike is at PSG. He's potentially going to be going to Eintracht Frankfurt and then Kolo Muani. I mean, Mbappe is bringing all of his mates. Ousmane Dembele, Kolo Muani, Mbappe. He's just going to ball out with all of his French people out there. So, it's crazy. Now, I want to talk to you guys about this academy stuff, right? Check this news out. Mail Sport understands that academy staff pushed for Gallagher to stay and let their feelings about the sale of Mason Mount known. The decision to let Hall go too has been met with further dissatisfaction, adding to the view that another one of our own has been shown the door. This is coming from Adrian Kajumba, and it further goes on to say that a source said to Mail Sport, plenty of people here not happy at Mason Mount being allowed to leave. He was the shining light used for the kids. That's why we want Conor Gallagher to stay too. I want to see what you guys have to say about this, man. This makes me this makes me a little bit uncomfortable to a certain degree. Look, I've always said it. The best of the best from the academy will break it into Chelsea. Will 100% break it into Chelsea. You tell me, ladies and gentlemen, Mason Mount, do you really think he's best of the best? Do you really think he's best of the best? Personally, I don't think so. I think Chelsea's done the right thing. I think Chelsea, the new board, when they was all structured for, when they all came in January earlier this year, luckily, because our owners were thinking about giving Mason Mount a full-time contract, 6 years, this, that, the other. He even had it all agreed verbally prior to going to the World Cup. If you guys remember, once the new board came in, they would have assessed the situation. They probably would have seen everything and they would have said, do you know what? I can find Mason Mounts, a plethora of Mason Mounts all across Europe. All across Europe, there's plenty of Mason Mounts available for cheap. Gabriel Vega, for instance. Gabriel Vega is pretty much Mason Mount. If anything, he's probably better in dribbling. So all of these people getting so unhappy and so upset. Shubra sharing a tweet. Give me one. Shubra, let's check this out. What tweet is he sharing? Jose Mourinho is pushing to sign Romelu Lukaku. I understand the striker is willing to take a pay cut to make the deal happen. Talks are expected to continue today with both players and Chelsea desperate for a solution to the situation. Okay, cool. Brilliant. I had a feeling that Jose Mourinho, wanted Romelu Lukaku. And if Romelu Lukaku wants to take a pay cut, kudos, thumbs up. He's good with the thumbs up. But coming back to this point, Mason Mount, right? He's never been the best of the best. Conor Gallagher, another one. Now these people are complaining, oh, we don't want Conor Gallagher to go because he's looked at a role model for the academy players that, oh yeah, one day I can break into the first team. Conor Gallagher, look, no disrespect, maybe he can be a role model. Conor Gallagher is Chelsea through and through. He's honestly Chelsea through and through. But Conor Gallagher is another one. He's not irreplaceable. He's 100% replaceable. There are much better players than Conor Gallagher out there for cheaper that will do what he does and bring the technical quality. Like, for instance, for me, Andrey Santos was a better player than Conor Gallagher, personally speaking. Conor Gallagher's biggest trait is off the ball. Off the ball, Conor Gallagher. But now we got Caicedo. Caicedo will do all of that off the ball, and on the ball, he'll give a lot more. Andrey Santos is no Mickey Mouse off the ball either. I've seen Andrey Santos in the preseason get stuck in on tackles. This guy's a South American player. He's Brazilian. Like they don't mess about. Do you know what I mean? Like, they come from a very, very tough part of the world. So, like all of these things about the academy, Mason Mount, Gallagher, these players are potentially leaving, and now the academy players are so upset. Academy hierarchies, people that are in control of the academy, they're upset. What's the future? Believe me, the best of the best will crack through. Liwa Cowell did. And do you know what? I would say to the academy players, go on loan. Go on loan. 100% go on loan. We'll see what happens with Lewis Hall. Lewis Hall's now gone to Newcastle. We'll see what happens. Many have left previously. Many left. Tariq Lamptey. Anyone talk about Tariq Lamptey anymore? Anyone talk about Tariq Lamptey? Jordan is saying DiMatteo. Brother, put the link on the comment, and that way I'll bring it up. If you put the link on the comment, I'll bring it up. Tariq Lamptey. Mark Geehee is good, but yeah, I wouldn't be going out there and purchasing Mark Geehee. Tomori for AC Milan, good, but I wouldn't be going to AC Milan and getting Tomori back. Tammy Abraham. And the list goes on and on and on, man. The list goes on. Maybe the next one that could potentially break through is Billy Gilmour. Billy Gilmour's now getting a lot of game time with Brighton, and he could potentially become a very, very good player. Livramento now gone to Newcastle. Like, it's not like all of these players are becoming world beaters elsewhere. Musiala is the only one. Callum Hudson-Odoi is the perfect example. Yeah, do you guys remember the hype that Callum Hudson-Odoi had? The level of hype that Callum Hudson-Odoi had. So Lewis Bate, if you guys remember, went to Leeds. Now he's forgotten. No one even talks about Lewis Bate. Charlie Webster, I think, is in Herenveen, or I think that's how you pronounce it, in the Dutch league. I don't think he even starts. So these youngsters, they probably should be looking for loan and doing well. Look at Ian Martin. Ian Martin does really, well in the loan spells. Now, hopefully, look, I don't know. Maybe he's going to get sold as well. We'll see what happens. Let's check out Shubra's tweet. Give me 1 second, guys. Shubra's just shared a tweet. DiMatteo, it's in Italian. Let me just translate that. Calcio Mercato. The Chelsea FC opens to the loan for Lukaku. Now the Roma starts to dream more concretely the point. What kind of a translation was this? Google, man, that's a pathetic translation. But anyway, bottom line is you're trying to say that Roma is looking to take this player. All right, no problems. Thank you for that. Ladies and gentlemen, smash the like button. We've got well over 500 people. Take a moment right now. Let's get those likes up to 300. Very much importante for this particular channel's growth. So make sure you smash the like button, guys. Get those likes up. Bump those likes up to 300 right now before we move on to other stories. And if you're here for the first time, ladies and gentlemen, subscribe. Let's get to 28,000 subscribers immediately, ladies and gentlemen. Let's bump those likes up and let's subscribe. Okay, Tomori is not world class. Yeah, no, he's not. He's not. For me, he's not. Only Reece and so far Lever are the future. Absolutely. The only problem with Reece James is, and it's not just an only problem, he's injury prone. That's the issue. But he's world class. For me, Reece James is world class. And Lewa Kowa will potentially become world class. I think he's got the quality to be that. So, best of the best will make it at Chelsea Football Club. That's the bottom line. Miss, this academy player BS has to stop. We are a youth side. Does Liverpool have multiple players? Man City, Arsenal, only the top dogs rise. We already have Colwell and Reece as starting 11. Absolutely agreed, man. Absolutely agreed. CAA Mafia, all this academy BS, but once we lose with them, you sack the manager. So true. So true. They should shut up, man. Is Levi and Reece not here? Instead of them to produce better midfielders and forwards like defenders, they want to sit down and moan. Hall is the one that hurts. I mean, we'll see if it hurts or not. We'll see what he does at Newcastle. We've got a sell-on clause on Hall, so yeah, if he ever potentially leaves, we'll cash in on that. But we'll see. We'll see. Some fans think every Cobham graduate should automatically get a pass into our first team. It's insane, man. There are some staunch fans out there. They will get upset with you. They will literally have a fist fight with you because they're in love with the academy so much. Look, I like our academy, of course, but I also understand this is a business. This is a source of income as well. Like, the academy is there to sell players too. Look at Lewis Hall, ladies and gentlemen. 35 million, the total package. Lewis Hall, who's only played a handful of games in the Premier League. Like, as if you wouldn't take that. Do you know what I mean? Like, now he could potentially become a superstar down the track. We'll see. We'll see. So far, as I said, not many have done that besides Musiala. And the ones that have are at Chelsea. Reece James, Lewa Colwell. Mason Mount is stinking up the joint at Man United at the moment. He's injured now. We'll see once he comes back what happens. Yeah, so it's quite mad. It's quite mad. Chelsea youth ruined the fan base, turned them into all Cobham sexuals. Yeah. Sack them all. Chelsea, this is a issue. Now, look, I wouldn't say sack them all. I think there's obviously clear benefit in having them, as I said, from a business standpoint. And every now and then you will find gems. You will find gems. Not every single one of them will be gems. Do you know what I mean? If Mount fails to perform for Man United this season, watch all the sources close to the player saying he was horribly forced out of the club with no option to stay and he was betrayed. Betrayal. Look, I mean, whatever. All right, now check this out, ladies and gentlemen. This will make you upset. Mike Dean, I missed the stupid hair pull at Chelsea versus Tottenham, which was pathetic from my point of view. I didn't want to send Anthony up because he's a mate as well as referee, and I didn't want any more grief than he already had. What am I reading? What am I reading? He's literally come out and publicly saying, yeah, it's corruption. I took part in corruption. How is this allowed? How is this guy? Is he gone now? Has he retired? Can someone tell me, is Mike Dean still around at as a official? I can't believe how the FA are just letting this slide. Can someone tell me, is Mike Dean still around? Is Mike Dean still around, or has he retired? Because that was a huge match for us. After that match, everything went down. You get a victory in that match, God knows what could have happened. Yeah, he has retired. Oh my God. I was going to swear, but I'm not going to do that. I've got family as well. I've got my kids and whatnot. I'm not going to swear. But this guy has retired, and now he comes out and talks like this. How convenient. How convenient. How convenient. I mean, look at this. I missed the stupid hair pull. What type of a person talks like this? At Chelsea versus Tottenham, which was pathetic from my point of view. I didn't want to send Anthony up because he's a mate. He didn't want to send Anthony Taylor to check in the VAR TV to ensure if everything was, done legally. As well as the referee, I didn't want any more grief than he had already. I didn't want any more grief for him. I'm his mate. I want to look after him. Are these guys officiating? Are these guys actually officiating? Mates rates. He's my mate. I don't want to make it hard for him. I want his life to be easy. I can't believe this. And it's so convenient now that he's retired. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? We get screwed too much. And it's not just us. There are other clubs that get screwed as well. There are certain clubs that get looked after. You'll notice, ladies and gentlemen, Man United. Oh, the referees love Man United. VAR loves Man United. Andrey Onana. Did you see what Andrey Onana did? That game against Wolves a couple of weeks ago. How that's not a penalty? Andrey Onana absolutely stone cold knocked out that Wolves player. Knocked him out. And that wasn't a penalty. Man United are always, you'll see, jammy, 90th, 92nd minute winner, dubious, but the referee lets go. Man United get a lot of favoring from the referees. Liverpool, 100% Liverpool. The amount of times Liverpool, you can clearly see it's offside, but they'll find something. They'll find a different angle and they'll make it look like it's not offside. They'll give a penalty. They'll find many different ways. Liverpool. Man United and Liverpool, they get everything. These referees, right? These referees are from an older generation. They grew up in a generation where Liverpool and Man United were dominating, a while back. So these guys, these 50, 60-year-old referees, they inside, within them, they love these football clubs. And they want to see these football clubs do well. Once we get rid of all of these rubbish referees, look, I don't want any bias. I don't want any referee to give us any freebies either. I don't want any freebies as a Chelsea fan. I want fair. I want fair judgment across the board. I don't want those little clubs, mid to low table clubs to get done either. When there is a stone cold penalty, or when there is a clear goal, or when there is XYZ, I want them to have a proper opportunity as well. Wolves 100% did not even deserve to lose that game against Man United. If anything, they deserve to win. Wolves tore Man United apart. Wolves absolutely tore Man United apart in that game. They don't deserve to leave without anything. Do you know what I mean? And this happens on a regular basis, not just Wolves. It happens to many other clubs on a regular basis. So hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, the FA are going to be a lot more, strict, and they do a lot more checks. Look, sometimes, honestly, guys, I don't even know what VAR is checking or what the interpretations are. I don't even know. As a fan, I don't know what's a handball, what's not a handball. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Sometimes VAR goes back like 2 minutes. 2 minutes of game has lapsed and VAR goes all the way back 2 minutes before to stop a goal. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Shubra sharing another tweet. Shubra, by the way, thank you so much for sharing all of this stuff, man. Keeping us all up to date. Much appreciated. Georgia Petrovic successfully completed his medical test in Paris yesterday. The Serbian goalkeeper is now waiting for his visa to fly to London as new Chelsea player. Appreciate that a lot, brother. There is some news about our second goalkeeper. So hopefully he will be joining Chelsea Football Club very, very soon. And to be fair, Arsenal get screwed over as well from getting beat up by United years ago to VAR robbing them last year. Yeah, look, everyone does. Everyone does. Only one word explains this corruption. I always said Premier League is the biggest league in the world with the most corrupted and worst referees in Europe. Worst referees. What are you expecting from Howard Webb's institution? True talk, man. Arsenal Fever, thank you so much for the super chat. Not one single Premier League ref is from London. That says a lot. There you go. Let me know where they're from. I think some of them are United fans and some of them are Liverpool fans as well. I think that is definitely a certainty. Only one word to explain this corruption. I always said Premier League is the best league in the world with the most corrupted and worst referees in Europe. What are you expecting from Howard Webb institution? Absolutely. All right, let's check any latest news, ladies and gentlemen, on POISS page. If there's anything popped up. Chelsea are amongst the clubs keen on January move for Ivan Toney. There you go. More money is going to be spent. But look, this one, I don't mind. We'll see. We'll see how Nicholas Jackson turns out to be. If Armando Broja is going to be given an opportunity, David Datra Fofana, we'll see how he does in Union Berlin. And then we'll also have to see how Ivan Toney's situation is in January. What level of Ivan Toney we're going to get? We're going to get the same Ivan Toney that was balling out for Brentford, or we're going to get a different Ivan Toney? He's not playing. He won't be playing until he's in January. He's going to take a little bit of time to kick into gears. So we'll see. We'll see how all of that rocks up for us. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's take some final comments. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, we've got nearly 550 people live. Let's smash the like button. Please, each and every one of you guys, pump those likes up to 300 immediately. I know you guys have enjoyed it because you guys have been sticking around and participating in the live chat. It's been a brilliant discussion back and forth. So smash the like button. Pump those likes up to 300. And if you're here for the first time, subscribe. Let's get to 28,000. Obviously, we'll do the watch along. And yeah, I'm going to try and do a lot more content during this holiday break as well, because it's a lovely place here. I love the vibes. I'm loving this sort of freedom to talk to you guys, and knowing that I've got no work for the next 4 days. I'm just relaxed, man. I'm absolutely relaxed. So yeah, let's take some final comments and we'll wrap things up. This is a biased referee. They should also face certain penalty when they're in poor decision from referee. Just 2 games. We've seen a lot. Yeah. Will you be live during the Chelsea-Luton match? 100%. I will be. There will be a watch-along, guys. Make sure we are up for the watch-along. I'm definitely going to be here. Thanks, Miz, as usual. Thank you so much, Tarek. Appreciate that. Are you doing the watch-along? 100% doing the watch-along? Yes. More than you can believe. More than you can believe. Inshallah, if God permits. Allow Toney to bet on secret. Not going to lie, this background is class. Appreciate it. Wait till I show you guys the entire place. You're going to get blown out of your mind. You're going to get blown out of your mind. Absolutely. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate your time. I have to always say, you guys are always sticking here and giving me all this time, giving the channel all this time. I thank you for giving your time to this channel. I think that is time, ladies and gentlemen, time in life. You will one day realize, like, I'm 38 now. I fully realize how important time is. That is the most valuable asset in life. And you guys giving all of that time to this channel, really appreciate that. Showing that love. Until next time, everyone, take care. See ya.